Why did my friend treat me so harshly just because I still live with my parents and follow family traditions? I'm a single Indian guy in my 30s. I live with my parents, and while I've often wondered if that's something I'll eventually change, right now it just makes sense for my family and for me. A few years ago, I got involved in some volunteer work and met a woman, an Indian woman in her late 30s, who had lived abroad for most of her life. We weren't close friends, but I enjoyed our conversations. She was fiercely independent, deeply feminist, and vocal about global issues. I respected that about her. In fact, I saw her as more of an elder sister figure. But over the last few months, things started to shift, and I honestly don't know how to make sense of it. It began subtly, patronizing comments here and there, often disguised as corrections. I once mentioned something like, Europeans have a better work-life balance and they can afford to travel more, and she instantly jumped in with, you know Europe isn't a single country, right? Of course I know that. I misspoke. But the tone wasn't conversational, it was belittling. Then came the comments about my lifestyle. She asked why I still live with my parents. Before I could answer, she said, I could never marry a man who still lives with his parents in his 30s. That hit me harder than I expected. I've never once expressed romantic interest in her, or in any woman recently for that matter. I'm not on dating apps. I'm not out there looking for someone to accept or fix me. And yet she felt the need to make that personal. Another time, she shamed me for not cooking at home. I've never said I wouldn't like to cook. I've tried. But my mother runs the kitchen with a sense of structure and tradition that comes from her upbringing in a small town. She has her ways, and I've messed things up more than once by trying to improvise. I tried to explain this gently, only for her to shoot back. This is why Indian women are staying single. Most Indian men are mama's boys who can't do anything useful. That's when I stopped replying to her completely. No drama. No big confrontation. I just blocked her and walked away. I still don't understand what I did wrong. I was always respectful toward her, genuinely interested in her stories, never overstepped any boundary. And yet, somehow, my mere existence, my imperfect, traditional, still learning, trying my best kind of life, was worthy of ridicule. I'm not asking anyone to marry me. I'm not forcing anyone to carry my burdens. I'm not entitled, and I'm not hateful. I'm just trying to make sense of where I fit in this constantly shifting world. And honestly, sometimes I wonder, if I'm not hurting anyone, if I'm simply existing in a way that works for me and my family, then why does that invite so much condescension and criticism? Is it really so hard to just live and let live? What should I do?